Breaking news. Apparently, it's possible to run faster without working harder. I know, I didn't believe it either. But we see it time and time again with our 50, 60, 70, and even 80-year-old clients making massive improvements. Running faster, recovering quicker, and feeling better doing it. It's not magic, and it's definitely not just for elites. There's actually a really simple method to make running faster feel easier. And today, I'm unpacking it all. So if your runs feel like a grind and you're tired of feeling like you have to just push to keep up, stick around. Because I'm breaking down how to run faster with less effort. Let's go. The first thing we've got to talk about is something that if it's working against you, it means you're basically bleeding energy with every step. What I'm talking about is running form. And I get it. When I first started running, I thought running form was just something that fast people had naturally. But the truth is, most of us can train it, and we should. If you've ever felt like your legs are doing all the work and your upper body is just along for the ride, that's a red flag. You're not moving efficiently. The biggest fix is start leaning not from your hips, but from the ankles. Think of it like this. You're not leaning forward, you're leaning into momentum. Just stop during your run. Gently lean forward from the ankles until your body wants to move, and then go with it. You don't have to do this every day. Just a few times a week on your easy runs. Stop, lean, move. Teach your body how forward momentum should feel. And really the reason why we do this is this improves your propulsion. It also reduces some vertical bounce. And by being efficient with your running, you're essentially conserving energy over time. Every single time we land on the ground, we have an eccentric muscle contraction, which causes fatigue and damage to the muscles. And so by reducing that ground contact, we are essentially ensuring that we become more biomechanically efficient and improve your angle of push-off for when you are running. Before we jump into the next tip, if you're a female runner over the age of 45 and you want to run faster, recover better, and stay injury-free as you get older, you need to check this out. We've put together a completely free online masterclass that covers the exact training approach we use with thousands of women over 45. It's short, packed with helpful info, and I'll walk you through step by step how to train smarter, not harder, as your body changes. Just scan the QR code on the screen now or click the link in the description to grab your spot. All right, back to it. Now let's talk about one of the bigger game changers when it comes to running faster with less effort. Cadence. It's simply how many steps you take per minute. Most beginner runners will sit around 150 to 160. Elite runners, they're closer to 170 or 180. And it's not about running faster, it's perhaps more about taking quicker, shorter steps. When your cadence is too low, every step could perhaps become like a bit of a leap. You're overstriding, landing on your heel, perhaps slamming on the brakes with every single footfall. And essentially what is happening here is that the energy cost that you're using from overstriding can really affect the impact and increase injury rates. But what I find is that runners are too infatuated with the actual number of around 160 or 180. The next tip I'm going to give is going to help you improve this naturally. But generally, once you increase that stride rate, everything tends to smooth out. You don't just necessarily feel faster, you feel a bit more efficient, and you start covering more ground without feeling like you're working harder. And so there's no need to jump from 150 to 180 overnight. Don't get infatuated with the numbers. Just work up gradually and use this next step that I'm going to give you to help you along the way. And I promise you, this one alone can make your next run feel like a different experience altogether. When you're strong, every step feels easier. You don't have to muscle through a run because your body is built to handle it. But don't worry. This isn't around lifting huge weights or turning into a gym rat. This is about smart, simple strength work that you can do at home that complements your running. And here's essentially what I would start with. Squats, reverse lunges, Bulgarian squats, some deadlifts, some calf raises, and some general core work to keep you nice and stable, and include some glute bridges for those hamstrings. I'd recommend performing those exercises as a circuit, aiming for around 8 to 15 repetitions per exercise and doing 3 to 4 rounds. Tag this onto an easy run day and keep your rest days as complete rest. Essentially, when we get stronger, we are improving our running efficiency. By having stronger muscles, we're improving our stride ability. We are able to absorb more force through the ground and really control that eccentric control that I was talking about. And stronger muscles means that we delay any onset of fatigue when we are running, which really is the long-term goal. When I started doing strength work twice a week, I noticed it fast. My form held up longer. I wasn't as sore after long runs. Hills didn't feel like mountains anymore. It works. And it really doesn't take hours. Okay, let's say your form is good, your cadence is on point, and you're doing all of your strength work, but your run still feels hard from the very first step. It might be as simple as your warm-up or your fueling. And by essentially missing your warm-ups or skipping your warm-ups, what is happening is that you're reducing the blood flow to your muscles. Your muscles are starting in quite a tight position. Think about taking a piece of steak out of your freezer and trying to cook it straight away. It is quite taut and it's really, really hard. Your muscles are quite similar to that. This will result in quite a sluggish start and will have reduced activation of your key muscles, especially your glutes and your core and your hamstrings. A good warm-up only takes 5 to 10 minutes. Do some dynamic leg movements, some dynamic flexibility like leg swings, hip marches, hip circles, light jogging, some hamstring activations, and I promise you that your muscles will thank you. It's the same with food. If you're running fasted and you're feeling flat all the time, try a banana, a light snack 30 to 60 minutes before, or even 200 mils of a fruit juice. Also, really important is skip the midday heat. Your body works overtime just to cool itself down, even at the same pace. And in those summer months, make sure that you reduce your pace and just run nice and easy. I can assure you that come the fall, the autumn, or the winter, your body is going to thank you. Fuel smart, run smart, and feel better instantly. If you've done everything we've talked about and fast still feels hard, it could be to do with your aerobic base. You haven't built up this engine yet, and that's totally normal. And the fix is quite simple. And so here's what to do. I want you to run easy more often. Easy miles build that foundation. And once you have that foundation, a few weeks later, 4 to 6 weeks later, you can then throw in a short speed session once a week. And here are two of my favorites. Start with some running strides. Those are 30-second intervals where you increase the pace ever so gently, just working yourself up, not into a maximum, but then having a 30-second to 60-second recovery. But essentially the key thing is this, is that we need to improve our VO2 max first. When we improve that engine, it allows us more capacity to be doing our faster runs a lot faster. So we have to have a good base first to then allow ourselves to start adding in those sprinkles of speed to help that everything feels easier at a physiological level. So, is it really possible to run faster with less effort? Yes, but it's not about grinding harder, it's about moving better. Clean up your form, boost your cadence, get stronger, feel smart, build that base. And if you're a female runner over 45, there's one more piece to this puzzle that most people miss, and it's really holding them back. Are you taking the right supplements to support your running, your recovery, and your endurance after the age of 45? In this next video, I break down the essential supplements every female runner over 45 should be using, plus the 2 that could completely change the way you run. We'll talk about how to recover faster, reduce injuries, boost your energy and your endurance, and support your joints, muscles, bones, and immune system as you age. So if you want to stay healthy, energized, and running strong for years to come, watch this next video. I'll see you there.